Hello there, my name is Sophie and welcome to this week's video. First off, sorry if you can hear any sounds outside. It's been really warm these past few days, so we've had the bedroom windows open and the distance between our front door and next door's back garden is less than 2 meters, so sorry if you can hear them. Today I thought I'd do a kind of, I guess you could call it like a check-in, re-quarantine. As of the day I'm filming this, it is Friday the 29th of May. Me and my partner have been quarantining, isolating, lockdown, however you want to describe it, in our house for 11 weeks, 77 days. It's been 77 days since I last went to uni and had what inadvertently became, not that I knew it at the time, my last day on campus of my master's degree. The last time I'd see my 4 best friends from my course, the last time I'd leave the house for anything other than shopping, like food shopping, and it's been a long 77 days. I was doing my bullet journal spread last weekend, and at the top of every weekly spread I put what number week of the year it is, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know why, it's just something I've always done, and this week is the 22nd week of the year, so it means next week we will have spent more than half the year so far in quarantine than we did out of quarantine. It's one of those scale things that just makes it feel way bigger than it is. 11 weeks is such a long time to have not really left the house. As of yesterday, our Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced that people could have gatherings of up to 6 people, but I think you still have to do the 2 meters apart thing, and it's not recommended that you travel more than 5 miles, which is 8 kilometers. I won't be able to see anyone because I don't have any friends that live that close. My family all live further away than that, so it will just be me and my partner, but also I don't feel like I want to do that because, for one, I think it's not going to help, and I think the virus could probably still spread because people won't stay 2 meters apart, and I think it's just going to encourage a second wave. But also for my anxiety and my mental health, I just think being that close and not being able to give the people I love a hug or talk to them properly, because my hearing's not very good, so being 2 meters away would be a struggle to have a conversation. I think it would just be too close but not close enough. So personally I won't be seeing anyone, but that's as much to do with distance as it is personal choice. Since the lockdown conditions have been lightened a bit, it seems a lot of people have kind of assumed it was over, and whenever we go to Asda or we walk into town, we had a check to cash the other day, so we had to walk to the bank, and no one was walking 2 meters away. There were people stood literally straight opposite each other having conversations. There was an old lady that walked within this far of me, and I'm like, I went out of my way to stay out of her way, and she's meant to be when this first kicked off, it was all the elderly or the vulnerable, and who knows if I'm an invisible carrier, and she just didn't care. And it's making me angry but also incredibly anxious, which is making it difficult for me to leave the house, which is fun. Something I was thinking about last night is that I can't tell if restrictions are being lifted because our government can see that people aren't following the guidelines of social distancing and staying home, and they're filling up beaches and they're going for long walks and they're not distancing from people. So I don't know if the easing of restrictions is to just please the people, or because the pandemic is at a point where it is getting better and it is safe for them to do it. So I don't know if I'm just being overly cautious and over-analysing, or if it is actually safe. but there's still so much. I feel like there's still I don't know, I've not seen any of the numbers. I don't watch the news because we don't have like Freeview TV, and just generally all the questions and criticism is annoying me. I think there's a fair few wealthier people who seem to think the economy is worth more than people's lives, and I just can't understand a mindset where people think anything is worth more than human lives. My life hasn't actually been affected by the virus that much. I was at a point where uni was wrapping up anyway, and I'm now in the dissertation portion of my masters, so I'll be working on a 5,000 word essay and a media project which will now be handed in at the end of October instead of the middle of September, so I don't know if I still count as a full-time student or not. My partner is that makes it sound like it's his choice. My partner is expecting to be back at work in the next few weeks because he works in live sports broadcast, and the Premier League has just announced that it's going to finish its season behind closed doors, which means that the broadcast companies get to go back to work, and there's a lot of rules and regulations to make sure they're safe and as distanced as possible. But I'm really worried about it because neither of us have done anything work or uni related for 11 weeks, and I just feel like he's going straight into the firing line and one or both of us is going to get ill, and I think that's a justified thing to be worried about, but also with adequate precautions we should all be fine. I'm concerned about the graduate job market, but I was always concerned about it because I graduated from my undergraduate degree in 2018, spent a year being rejected from hundreds of jobs, and consequently my self-esteem obviously plummeted. It makes complete sense. Then I decided to do this masters to try and further refine my skills. Turns out the masters just wasn't good. I don't know if well, the course itself is just too broad, and I think they've got to be kidding themselves that people can get jobs out of it. But also I probably did pick the wrong course, but I don't know if anything would have helped me because realistically I've completely changed my mind with where I want to go with my career and what I really want from my life, and I've had to scale back what I thought my life was going to look like because that just doesn't add up with my personality, if that makes sense. I now won't finish my degree until the end of October, which means more time without work, and financially I don't know what I'm gonna do. Career-wise I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's a lot of uncertainty, not just because of the virus but because of me. I think I'll probably stop there. I've rambled about what's going on in my brain for quite a while now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you and the ones you love are happy and healthy and staying safe. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time. All my love.